Charles and I settled here in the booth. This should be a fun one. Madden Ultimate Team matchup as you get a look at some of the stars here of today's game. Let's get right to it. The kicker, Graham Gano, set to put his foot into this one. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. This is taken at the 3. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
To throw on second down is Luck. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Sean Smith. And the return will stop right around the 25. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. A first carry now for Adrian Peterson. And down inside the 15 he goes. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Flushed out right. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Gano out to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And this one's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Being chased out left. And his throw here's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. And the offense looks to pick up the first here on third after that incompletion. A shotgun snap for Luck. Under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
2nd and 10 here. 2nd and 10. 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 2nd Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Steps away to his left. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
Right. Should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They'll run it again with Henry. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
On 1st down, it's Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Here's Luck now on 2nd down. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat.
Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. Now Luck. Caught by Nelson left side. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or 2 short, and it's 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Luck. And Ingram holds it in. And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22. 6 yards on the pickup. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. Now Tomlinson on 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Locke. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Evan Ingram, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken at the 3. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because...
And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. Mike Singletary. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. To play in a tightly contested first half. My good friend Charles and I right back at you after this. 3rd and long. It's Wilson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They decided to take a shot at right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. Nortman on to kick as he sends it away. And this will be touchdown across midfield at the 45-yard line. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Now a first down throw. Locke. He dumps it off for Henry. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down, couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
So a 2nd down incompletion now brings up 3rd down. From the gun, here's Locke. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Thompson. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down.
As far as I'm concerned, Andrew Luck can do it all. I mean, he's an underrated runner, toughness in the pocket, strong and stout. But let's face it, the money, that comes from his arm.
And smart, valedictorian of his high school class in Houston that he goes to Stanford. He's got it all. A first down carry for Henry. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Partner, I know that play didn't work very well, but an old New York Giants quarterback taught me a lesson a long time ago. Sometimes running the draw actually takes courage and play calling. You're actually setting something up for later in the game, and just because it was unsuccessful then doesn't mean it won't be successful later.
Throwing on 3rd down, Locke. And it's caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Derrick Henry taking it in from a yard out. And the Cowboys have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Now the punter Dixon out to kick it off. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. And that'll bring up second down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially, and he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Dontari Poe. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Here's the backup now, the former Badger, Melvin Gordon. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This from 44 yards away. And Gano's kick is right through. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4. He's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. So here they come, the road team now getting the football first to start this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up. And we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. The third quarter starts with a run by Peterson. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Now Wilson on second down. And an alley to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. The give will go to the fullback, DeMarco. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defensive coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
9 yards still remaining here to pick up the first on second down. On second down, Peterson. Some nifty running, but it only gets him to the 45. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on third down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Dancing to his left. The ball comes out, and this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
They'll get 16 yards there. And it's good enough for a first down. So the D-line's going to spread out. First down, here's a run with Peterson. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Wasn't that long ago that the NFL guys really didn't adopt much from the college game. But one thing that has crept in there is spreading things out, opening things up, not even just in tempo, but maybe getting better line splits and spreading the field. I think that would be a great strategy right now to try and open things up in the run game.
Wilson now throwing on 3rd and long. He's going to let this go deep for Jake. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
After the interception, it's Luck. Under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now it's Luck. And he fires one incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped. But I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
From the gun on 3rd down, Luck. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for them. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Here's Luck. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. They'll fake the handoff. Now Luck. Hard throw, incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Spinning away. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And now back out comes the offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. The offense certainly looking to score some points, but they also need ball security here late as we get down to the final moments of this one. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, Wilson. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Agreed, that's twice now in this 4th quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. Again to Henry. And some room to maneuver. Derrick Henry all alone. Touchdown, Cowboys. Derrick Henry, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys turn that interception into a touchdown. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
This will be taken about the 12. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And here now the offense heading back out there. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. 2nd and 10 now, Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Jamar Taylor. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
On 1st and 10, Luck. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. They'll fake it. Now Luck. And this will be caught at the 30. And he'll taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And that one results in 35 yards. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. On first down, Love. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off. It's the Pro Bowl corner, Joe Hayden with it. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Nelson. And he'll be out of bounds, able to take it down to the 40. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Now it's Wilson. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Here's Wilson to throw. And this one complete to Martellus Bennett. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard at the 41-yard line.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in fourth and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Buying time to his left. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 26 yards on the pickup there. And it'll give him the first down. Here's Wilson, forced out to his left. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Patrick DeMarco, the fullback, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up second down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And incomplete on the deep ball. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a fourth down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Now the offense not going anywhere. They're staying out there. They've converted once already on this drive. Here they go again on fourth down. To throw is Wilson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 18. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong.
And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Cowboys. J.J. Nelson, 48 yards. And the Cowboys turn that interception into a touchdown. And they're able to up the lead by one more. Now the punter Dixon out to kick it off. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Now this offense about ready to take over again. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
They go read option with Wilson. Stepping up, he'll try and run. A pitch to Peterson, and he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as he'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. They go read option with Wilson. He can run for it, and he will. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. One last shot for Wilson. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. A big play there. 42 yards. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points. One final shot. They'll look to throw. This is caught. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead a little bit further. And that's something you almost never see nowadays. When you fake it, you're at the 15-yard line on a PAT.
The Redskins are now on the clock. The Orlando Wizards are now on the clock. The London Monarchs are now on the clock. The Chicago Blues are now on the clock. Reynolds is now off the board. Adam, what do you have on him?
There have been plenty of incredible moments in college football history, but rarely do you see a game end in a safety. Late in the fourth quarter, his team was down, and its opponent was trying to run out the clock. However, he came hard off the snap, demolished two blockers, and crashed down on the quarterback before he even had time to hand off the ball. That safety was enough to give them the win and send his draft stock soaring. His raw strength alone was enough for this team to take a chance on him, and we'll see if he can develop into a dominant defensive lineman.
The Cardinals are now on the clock. The Austin Bats are now on the clock. The Panthers are now on the clock. The Toronto Thunderbirds are now on the clock. The Thunderbirds have just made Fields their guy. Let's hear more about him from our guy, Adam.
He's a Heisman-winning defender. Let me say that one more time. He won the Heisman, and he's a defensive player. Need I say more? You can imagine how well he played this season to win the biggest award in college over several offensive playmakers. The trophy was well-deserved, and according to Matt Miller, he projects really well as a defender in the NFL. I think this is a home run pick, and it's great to see a defender get some well-deserved recognition.
The Lions are now on the clock. The Steelers are now on the clock. The Buccaneers are now on the clock. Pick's been made. Let's go to Adam Schefter to hear more about the player.
Well, there isn't much to say other than this kid was born to run. He's the spitting image of his father, a nationally ranked sprinter in several major events and highly recruited by every major college. However, unlike his dad, he chose to pursue a career in football, and so far that decision is paying off. He may not be gold medal fast, but he has the speed and quickness to cause fits for the opposing team. He's the type of player you like to see out in the open field where he can make moves a lot of other players can't. The coaches are going to love having his speed at their disposal.
The Buccaneers are now on the clock. The Buccaneers have made their selection. What can we tell you about him? That's why we have Adam Schefter.
He's a raw athlete with a lot of upside, and the question will be, where and when does he hit his ceiling? He's still relatively new to football, as he was a track and field runner for the school his first 3 years of eligibility. He definitely has the body to play any of the skill positions in football, and he may ultimately end up playing a different position than what he's drafted as. I'm sure the coaches will love the athleticism he brings, but first they'll probably try him out in a few different areas before finding his best role.
The Toronto Thunderbirds are now on the clock. The Jets are now on the clock. The Jets have made their selection, and it's Gibson.
If there's one thing this defensive back is good at, it's the old bait the quarterback into throwing and picking it off trick. And he's not just good at it, he's great. He set the school record for interceptions in a season, and most of those interceptions happened when he baited the quarterback and forced him into poor decisions. He's also had his fair share of circus-style catches in tight coverage, the type of catches that even some receivers can't make. He may have a harder time picking off NFL quarterbacks, but his coverage ability is enough alone to warrant this team drafting him with this pick.
The Houston Oilers are now on the clock. The Oilers have made their pick. Adam, is it a gusher?
I heard he surprised several scouts at his pro day when he showed up looking a lot leaner, and the difference showed when he went through drills. He turned in slightly faster times than expected in every major drill and displayed improved footwork compared to how he looked at the tail end of the season. I've heard from a few different coaches that they'd like to see him put some weight back on, yet keep playing as quick as he currently is. Whether he does that or not, I think we'll see him on the line on Sundays.
Let's go to Adam now, who has more on the Bears' last pick.
Sources have told me that it was his impressive college All-Star Game MVP performance that solidified his positioning as one of the most sought-after defensive backs in this year's draft. He has a nose for the football and a willingness to attack the ball as it's in the air. Instincts are a trait that simply can't be taught, and many draft experts have compared him to a young Deion Sanders. If there's one knock on him that I consistently hear, it's that he needs to work on his tackling mechanics and strength. One scout even showed me film where he was shown struggling to bring down bigger backs and receivers one-on-one. He'll be meeting with a team nutritionist and strength coaches in the coming week as his new coaching staff feels that if they can bulk him up a bit, he'll win those battles.
The Browns are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a trade. Adam, what can you tell us about that last pick?
A strong late-season game may have gotten him in the headlines across the country, but draft scouts have been well aware of what he brings to the table throughout this season. Sources tell me GMs came away from the combine giddy at the possibilities of adding his power, arm, and leadership abilities to their team. He's a student of the game who's no doubt ready to begin dissecting his new playbook on the journey to the team facility.
The Jaguars are now on the clock. Okay, Jaguars pick is in. Adam, give us what you got on Cunningham.
Many draft experts speculated that the rigors of his college career were catching up with him and that his struggles were a result of playing through several nagging injuries and not an issue of talent drop-off. After some time off, he impressed with his raw numbers at the Combine, giving more than one GM confidence that his series of struggles was nothing to worry about. He'll likely be given the opportunity to challenge for the starting spot, making him someone to keep a close eye on throughout training camp and the preseason.
The Sacramento Miners are now on the clock. I see both teams filling out cards. You know what that means? We've got a trade. They've just picked up Morgan. What's the latest on him, Adam?
This guy was a beast at the combine. No other rookie pumped out more reps on the bench than he did. One scout told me the whole room of players waiting their turn were on their feet cheering him on. He blasted through 20, didn't show signs of slowing down at 30, and finished with just over 40 reps under his belt. Coaches came away impressed with his level of effort. The bench press is a good test of endurance, and he showed his ability to perform at a high level without slowing down. If he can translate what he did in the weight room to the field, he'll have an immediate impact on the team.
The Dublin Derbies are now on the clock. Let's go to Adam Schefter now with more on Perez.
The foundation of any good team starts up front, and here's a guy who's a franchise's dream come true. GMs I talked to pointed to several of his games in college where he took on some of the nation's best defensive linemen, going toe-to-toe with them for 60 minutes of brutal trench combat and dominating them. He's going to be able to protect the franchise quarterback in addition to opening up holes for the run game. With size, speed, and strength, he should have a very successful NFL career.
The Cardinals are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Panthers are now on the clock. The Toronto Thunderbirds are now on the clock. The Dublin Derbies are now on the clock. The Orlando Wizards are now on the clock. The Lions are now on the clock. The Steelers are now on the clock. The Buccaneers are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Buccaneers are now on the clock. The Cowboys are now on the clock.
Now that Summers is off the board, Adam, what do you have on him?
How quickly a year flies by. It's hard to believe that it was just 1 year ago that this kid caused a media firestorm when he announced he'd be staying in school for his senior season to make a run at the championship. Since that announcement, all he's done is win games, impress scouts, and validate why NFL teams have been so excited for him to finally graduate. At the same time, several analysts predicted staying another year in school may hurt his draft stock. Todd McShay even called the decision a gamble. GMs I talked to disagreed, feeling that the extra year has made him even more dynamic. He's an NFL-ready talent who should be able to find the field very quickly.
The Buccaneers are now on the clock. The Patriots are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Jaguars are now on the clock. The Austin Bats are now on the clock. The London Black Knights are now on the clock. The Columbus Caps are now on the clock. The Redskins are now on the clock. The Orlando Wizards are now on the clock. The London Black Knights are now on the clock.
Okay, Adam Schefter now with the inside scoop on Powell.
With this pick, we see a tremendous physical talent that fell out of favor with many teams based on reports that he struggled memorizing his playbook. These struggles were cited as contributing to several key mistakes in late season losses. A 3.7 grade point average student studying humanities, the explanation for his lack of football knowledge was puzzling to many of the scouts and GMs I spoke to. Other sources have told me that if the reports of his playbook struggles are indeed true, it may be more of a reflection of his previous coaching staff than his mental work ethic. They feel that making the jump to the NFL provides a clean learning slate for him. I expect his new coaching staff to bring him along slowly, and because of that, I wouldn't expect to see him getting any immediate on-field action until he demonstrates a mastery of the playbook.
The Dublin Derbies are now on the clock. All right, now that the pick's in, let's go to Adam. Adam, what can you tell us about this guy?
His college career came to an abrupt end this year when he was suspended from the team. I spoke with the school's athletic director, and he told me it was due to an academic violation. He was on probation and close to failing several courses before the decision was made between the director and his coach. He was able to turn his grades around, but his draft stock took a hit when the news broke. Scouts weren't too bothered by his academic issues, but his lack of playing time made it harder to evaluate him with the rest of his class. And now that he's drafted, I don't think the team is too concerned with his grades either.
The Cardinals are now on the clock. The Houston Oilers are now on the clock. The Panthers are now on the clock. The Toronto Thunderbirds are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock. The Orlando Wizards are now on the clock. The Lions are now on the clock. The Steelers are now on the clock. The 49ers are now on the clock. The London Monarchs are now on the clock. The 49ers are now on the clock.